70. It was further established from the bank records of applicant 4, Gwabeni, that on the 11th of February 2023 at approximately 1400 hours, he received an amount of 803,000 rands, 455 rands. Cellular phone records of applicant 4 show that prior to the money being deposited, a call is made by him to a number linked to Mr. Sidney Gcaba. Mr. Sidney Gcaba.
You know, one thing about the state case in over there by the Durban in the KZN, it seems to be so airtight. The investigation was done in absolute silence. There was no breach of information. And while we were minding our business, the state dropped a name, Sidney Gcaba, and the internet said, wait a damn minute. Which Sidney Gcaba? The Sidney Gcaba of the Gcaba brothers? The Gcaba brothers? The Gcaba brothers? The one that spoke at ANELE TEMBE'S funeral? What is going on here? Because what do taxi king pins have to do with murdering, aka? No, go deeper, investigators. There is yet another person sending out the instructions, and my goodness, the comment section just went on and on and on. It is absolutely crazy, but the main thing that I picked up in the comment section is everybody is like, I don't have money for a lawyer. I cannot say what I really want to say. All I have to say to the Durban state, after having spent years listening to the Senzimiwa case, is wow. It's only about to go down. So the prosecutor was reading the affidavit of the investigating team into the record. It was so long. They had to give the interpreter the day off. Like, we can't be doing this anymore. We can't be doing this pause. We want to get through this statement in this lifetime. Because guningi, 4:10, ladies and gentlemen, the Gcaba brothers, well, one of the Gcaba brothers has been implicated, but I pause this video here to say, wait a minute. Accused number 4, later on you will hear where accused number 4 has not submitted his cell phone into the records. How did these investigators get that before the money was deposited? It was, first of all, there was a phone call first with accused number 4. Accused number 4, who's married to a whole doctor, took that money, $96,000, to pay the child's school fees. My goodness. I don't think the prosecutor should have named the school, because wow. And thankfully they stopped naming children's names in there, because the children are now going to be dying for the father's sins. But anyway, if you know the father's name and you've seen the father drop off the child, 1 + 1 is 2, people can figure it out. But wow, the wives were definitely named. And yeah, we'll get into the wives, how many wives each has. Others have 5 kids with 5 different guningi. But let's keep listening on.
Shortly after this call, an amount of 803,455 rand is transferred to the bank account of the applicant. The bank statements are attached to in his affidavit, but not showing the period of these transactions. The Sidney Gcaba. Mr. Sidney Gcaba is the sole director of this company. When the money was transferred, a reference was used as consult. This, we are of the view, was done to disguise the nature of the funds, as same is viewed to be payment for the shooting. My team and I are currently investigating the source of this and any other funds that may have been used for the planning and execution of these offenses. 72. Further, when applicant transferred these amounts as indicated herein above and herein under, he used a reference dividends. His company records do not indicate that any of the accused and then demanded brothers in Eswatini were shareholders in any of his companies. Therefore, they were not entitled to any dividends. We are of the view that this reference was used to disguise in order to hide the nature and the source thereof, hence the state preferred charges of money laundering. 73. The same day, around 1800 hours 22 minutes, Gwabeni transfers monies amounting to 665,000 rands to applicant 1, applicant 2, applicant 5, and 2 other suspects. 133,000 rands was transferred to Lindokuhle Mhlaliseni Ndimande's bank account. 133,000 rands was transferred to Dave Malusi Ndimande's bank account. 100,000 was transferred to Lindani Zenzele Ndimande's FNB account, and 33,000 rands into his Capitec account. 100,000 was transferred to Lindokuhle Thabani Mkhwanazi's Standard Bank account, and 33,000 was transferred to his spouse, Hlengwe Princess Mkhwanazi's account. 33,000 rands was transferred to Siyabonga Gezani Ndimande's Capitec account, and 100,000 rands was transferred into an ABSA account. The remaining cash of 138,455 was retained by the applicant 4. Applicant 4 on the same day then transferred 96,000 rands in favor of St. Benedict School, where one of his children is attending. In the view of the analysis of all the applicants' accounts in this relevant period and that of applicant 4, this is the first large amount that is transferred to his account by the said company. There is no evidence at our disposal indicating any form of services he might have rendered to this company. 75. Based on what is stated here in above, the state has a prima facie case against the applicant. There are no exceptional circumstances present warranting his release on bail.
Imagine being a wife and receiving 33,000 rands into your bank account from your husband who's Mgologutu, who's there on national TV, and now your name is being read into record. This is absolutely unfair. Was she part of the crime? Was she aware? Is she going to be a witness? What did she use the money for? And why did they have to put the money in her account when the other guys received their full 133,000 rands into their own accounts? Why implicate the women like this? This is so unnecessary and unfair. And now as well, using those funds to transfer over to the school. And now the school is on record to have received money from money laundering sources. Meanwhile, what happens to the child's school fees now? And at all the same, you're applying for bail. Meanwhile, knowing you received all these monies and put it under dividends. Dividends to who when your company doesn't have shareholders? And you had a consultation valued at 800,000 rands to one of the Gcaba brothers. What were you consulting about? One thing about accused number 4's lawyer, we're going to see him argue this one, and I have a strong feeling they might come up with a very valid case in terms of the paper trail for that money, because listen, apparently they haven't submitted some parts of the statement. Sidney Gcaba is still out. His name has been implicated. Can he assist with an alibi for this gent? Is there an alibi that's going to come up for number 4 that's going to make sense, that's going to get him granted bail? And if Sidney Gcaba's name was dropped or discovered in these investigations, why is he not behind bars? This is sounding very similar. As we all know, Kelly Khumalo is still out here roaming the streets, but her name has also been mentioned in docket 375. But I digress. Let's go back and listen on what other discoveries we find.
Applicant 5, Lindokuhle Mhlaliseni Lindon Demand, 76. At around 1600 hours 39 minutes, Lindokuhle Mhlaliseni Demand cellular phone records place him in the vicinity of Shark Spot in Umhlanga, which is close to Hilton Hotel. According to the tracking reports of the grey VW Polo, the registration number NUR 59728, which was used as a spotter vehicle, was at Umhlanga Rocks Drive at 1600 hours 40 minutes. From the above, it can be determined that Lindokuhle Demand was in the Polo that passed the Hilton Hotel. 77. The applicant's cellular phone records place him in the vicinity of Jacobs when the getaway vehicle, the white Mercedes, and the firearms were picked up thereafter at the vicinity of the crime scene during the commission of the offense. The applicant was dropped off by a grey VW Polo at Wish Restaurant at approximately 2100 hours 17 minutes. The applicant is captured on CCTV footage entering the restaurant and having a meal at the restaurant while AKA was inside the restaurant. He chose a spot where AKA and those in his company were in his sight. This is indicated on CCTV footage where he had to change seats while inside the restaurant. The applicant thereafter used his standard bank card to pay for his meal and drinks. He is also seen busy on his cellular phone while eating and looking at the direction of AKA and those in his company. 79. During the shooting outside the restaurant, other people ran away while others went outside to look. He remained inside and not shaken like others were. The applicant's cellular phone records places him in the vicinity of the crime scene between 2100 hours 17 minutes and 2200 hours 32 minutes. 80. The applicant also received a sum of 133,000 rands into his bank account on the 11th of February 2023, the day after the murder. The said bank account was opened by the applicant on the morning of the 10th of February 2023, the day of the murder. The cash was transferred from applicant's forms with Temba Heavy Gwabeni's FNB account on the 11th February 2023, 81. Based on what is stated here in above, the state has a prima facie case against the applicant. There are no exceptional circumstances present warranting his release on bail.
I must watch too much TV because Interpreter is sitting way too close to accused number 5 for my comfort, and his hands are way too free to, do too much too fast before anyone can get to him. But I digress. Oh my goodness. So the accused were literally caught by their own devices. So for example, it's the cell phones that placed them at the scene of the crime. Why did they need cell phones? Why couldn't they have this operation, a covert operation, no cell phones, go code black? Or is it code blue? I don't know what code it is. Let me know in the comment section what code it is. Also, they also had those cars with the tracking still running and placing them at this scene, and the timestamps are right there. I mean, this investigation is so airtight. Even I am running out of things to say. This is highly impressive. I guess we can give Peggy Tele and the police commissioner over there in KZN, Mkwananzi, like, wow, this is good. This is really, really good. Definitely looking to see how the defense is going to get their clients off the hook on this one. It's going to take a lot of creativity. Another thing that nailed them was those damn bank accounts. Why did they have to? Why couldn't they get? Don't we see like a briefcase full of cash? And some of the descriptions of their backgrounds, 100,000 rands dropping into your bank account is already a red flag. Straight, okay? Why couldn't they receive cash? Why couldn't this have been done? Okay, or maybe they were no longer going to see each other in person after that. They were no longer known associates. Stay away from me, I don't know you. But they're all brothers. They're all related. Well, not all, but it seems to be a whole entire family affair. This is absolutely crazy. But make sure you like this video, please. Comment down below. Thank you for 22,000 subscribers before the end of March. That just had us so excited. Really, really appreciate you. Only possible because you guys have done it for us. And oh my God, so happy. Happy Easter. Please don't drink and drive. Keep yourselves safe. Stay away from the Nkabis. And if you're a woman and your man is like, I need to be transferring 33,000 rands to your bank account, just ask him for the money in cash. Okay? Ask him for the money in cash. Don't give him your account number because these men seem to be running with their account numbers to do the most. That's it from us, Mzansi. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you on our next upload.